are we still in that early experimentation phase, or are we seeing a much more clearer route to scaled up adoption?
We're in the dam just broke phase.
Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video, we're going to be diving into some ongoing announcements and developments via the Quant Network coming out of Sibos 2025. We're also going to be taking a listen to some high-end EY representatives discuss and talk about the current financial landscape and how everything is changing. As always, bringing you guys some of the realest updated information. If you all enjoy these types of video breakdowns, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Starting here with this post that we made back a couple of days ago on September 26, 2025. The infrastructure of money is changing from legacy rails to tokenized money markets and digital assets. The future is programmable. Join Quant Network at Sibos 2025 to see how they are enabling programmable payments, tokenized deposits, and money market funds, and institutional grade securities. And we have some huge announcements that we're going to go over today that Quant just released. So you can see here that Quant is attending this current event, ongoing in the moment, in the now. As of time of recording this particular video breakdown, this is happening, and you guys can actually come over here on Sibos TV on YouTube, and they have already dropped a huge slew of video breakdowns from some of the CEOs in the large organizations that are attending this event. By clicking the playlist tab, you guys can see they have the Sibos 2025 event panel discussion here, and they have over 20 videos already uploaded via some just side interviews from this Sibos event. Lots of juicy ongoing information. This full entire playlist can be found in our private CYPRX Discord in the research section if you guys don't know how to find it on YouTube. With that being said, moving on over here, this is an announcement from September 26, 2025 involving Quant, where I said over on Snipburst, huge news for Quant today. Quant has been selected to provide the core infrastructure for the UK's tokenized sterling deposit project, or GBTD, working alongside Barclays, HSBC, Lloyds, NatWest, Nationwide, and Santander, along with EY, and this pilot is going to be running all the way through mid-2026. Now, it's important that you guys pay attention to this because there is an ongoing webinar that will take place in the next couple of days on October 6th that you all can sign up for. I know I sure will be there. I particularly am interested in this type of research and paying attention to these things, but I said here, Quant Overledger's tech and PayScript engine will power advanced programmable payments and cross-ledger interoperability, setting new standards for bank money. This is a major step toward on-chain banking money in the UK and a showcase of Quant's leadership in digital finance. Here you can see the announcement directly from Quant. Reading into this, it says, Quant has been selected by the UK finance and consortiums of leading commercial banks to provide the technology underpinning the UK's new tokenized sterling deposit project, a groundbreaking financial market infrastructure initiative running all the way until mid-2026. The initiative, led by UK Finance in collaboration with Barclays, HSBC, Lloyds, Banking Group, NatWest, Nationwide, and Santander, will test how tokenized commercial bank deposits can improve payments, settlement, and fraud protection across the entire economy. Supporting firms also include Quant and EY. That's why we're going to listen to Paul Brody today, considering this recent announcement, and Linklaters. This includes advanced programmable payments and interoperability across bank ledgers, RTGs, faster payments, open banking, and tokenized deposit platforms. The three transformative use cases that will be tested in this pilot says here: online marketplace payments, remortgaging processes, wholesale bond settlements. That is huge. And so that was just a really groundbreaking announcement. Coming over here to the ukfinance.org to take a look at that webinar that's going to be taking place, you guys would need to go to ukfinance.org.uk, come over here and search up this article. UK Finance announces live pilot phase to deliver tokenized sterling deposits. And if you scroll right down here to the bottom, shout out to the CYPRX researchers for this. This is why I love being a part of the CYPRX community, because we're always tapped in to ongoing information like this. You can see it talks about the firms that are participating, and here it gives you little tiny links where you can register for this webinar that it's going to give further details being held on October 6th about this whole entire project pilot that is going on. So if you click here on the link, you can see coming over here to this webinar that's going to be taking place in 6 days as of time of recording this. You can register, you can sign up with a Zoom account or an email. It is free to do so. So again, if you're interested in this type of research, I personally suggest you do. Why not? It's free information. And it says, representing firms, we are a center of trust, expertise, and collaboration at the heart of financial services. A briefing on the launch of the UK Finance Tokenized Sterling Deposit Project. Speakers will provide an overview of the plans for the project, questions we want to answer, things to consider, and explain how the project fits within the wider payment and innovation landscape. So this link is and can be found in our private CYPRX Discord. However, again, if you guys want to go check it out yourselves, just head over to ukfinance.org.uk and search up this press release here. Moving on, since we were on the topic of Sibos ongoing as of time of recording this particular video breakdown, Quant just announced this today. Huge and major announcement. We are proud to announce the launch of QuantNet, the world's first programmable infrastructure and network that fundamentally transforms how banks connect to tokenize money and digital assets. Financial institutions worldwide can now participate in tokenized money and digital asset markets while preserving everything that makes them trusted, compliant, secure, and operationally excellent. Banks no longer need to choose between innovation and stability. QuantNet provides both, a production-ready platform that connects the future of money and markets while working seamlessly with existing infrastructure and investments. Now, since we see over here in this announcement from just a couple of days ago involving Quant, and then right next to them you have EY, I just want to take a second, and since this is mentioning, that for the first time ever, banks can now connect to tokenized money and digital assets, this just goes hand in hand with something that Paul Brody, the global blockchain leader at EY, recently said on a panel discussion that goes again hand in hand with something that he mentioned over a year ago on how there is a liquidity dam that is being unlocked as the regulatory environment is shifting. So take a second and listen to Paul Brody now talk about how banks are integrating crypto and crypto native organizations are applying and integrating banking licenses and how everything is transforming and the liquidity dam is starting to unlock.
Does data play with blockchain and financial services today? Where are we and what are you seeing?
So we're at the beginning of what I expect to be a long game of regulatory and operational and business convergence. We are relatively few years away from a point where it's not really going to be possible to tell the difference between an on-chain financial service and an off-chain financial service. The differentiation between TradFi and DeFi is basically going to disappear. And there's an old saying, and I don't know where it came from, but organizations that oppose each other tend to eventually come to resemble each other. And that's exactly what's happening. So the banks are busy getting into crypto, and the crypto companies are busy getting banking licenses, and everyone's getting ready to launch a stable coin. So eventually these things are going to converge to the point where it's not going to be really visible who's doing what.
I love that saying, actually. I haven't heard it before, but that's a really interesting way to put it. In terms of, touching on or starting off with at least the big established financial institutions and the big corporates, what is the state of play from what you're seeing? Has there been a lot of progress made in terms of how they're engaging with blockchain and digital assets? Are we still in that early experimentation phase, or are we seeing a much more clearer route to scaled up adoption?
We're in the dam just broke phase.
So as you all just heard Paul Brody say, banks are integrating crypto native firms are integrating banking licenses, and we are in the dam just broke phase. What is he referring to? If you guys remember, months ago on the CYPRX YouTube, we had aired this particular panel discussion with Paul Brody from an event that took place hosted by EY, where he talks about this liquidity reservoir, this dam of liquidity that's being held up by regulations. And now we're starting to see this unlock. Take a second and listen just to give you guys a perspective of how much money could possibly flood into crypto and digital assets.
this part of the conversation is called the Great Liquidity Reservoir, and I am going to struggle to convey just how much capital there is behind this regulatory dam, because the numbers are just monumental, right? How much money is there? Well, let's start with the most liquid of the liquid, right? Bank deposits, stocks, and bonds. $400 trillion. Right? Certainly more than my current retirement nest egg, and plenty of money to buy you a nice place in central London or San Francisco, right? 400 trillion. There's another 379 trillion in real estate, right? Gold is 13 trillion by itself. And then you get to the entire crypto ecosystem is like 2.5 trillion, right? I'm not going to say all of this money is going into crypto, but quite a lot of it will end up in crypto, and a huge amount of it is going to end up in tokenized digital assets.
And so again, take into consideration that this is a video of Paul Brody from over a year ago, and now fast forward to recent times, this is a video breakdown of Paul Brody from just 6 days ago saying that the liquidity dam is unlocked and the environment has now shifted. And also keep in mind that they are a part of this collaborative effort between Quant, all these other financial institutions, which has launched this collaborative industry pilot project to deliver the first UK live transactions of tokenized sterling deposits. Now, with that being said as well, via the recent announcement that Quant just made at Sibos, let's dive into this, because this just goes again hand in hand with what Paul Brody just said to you guys and really puts things into perspective as to where we're at and who the players are that are playing a key role in this transformative financial era. Quant launches QuantNet, the world's first programmable settlement network revolutionizing banking infrastructure. Today marks a defining moment in financial history. We are proud to announce the launch of QuantNet, the world's first programmable infrastructure and network that fundamentally transforms how banks connect the tokenized money and digital assets. This isn't just another fintech solution. It's the core infrastructure revolution that the banking industry has been waiting for. For too long, banks have been trapped by fragmented systems, isolated liquidity pools, and manual processes that belong in the last century. QuantNet removes these limitations, creating a unified orchestration layer that sits at the heart of tokenized settlement infrastructure, connecting previously incompatible networks while preserving everything that banks value about their existing operations. Smart orchestration, fully programmable, and regulation ready. QuantNet enables banks to coordinate assets and cash flow across siloed networks without replacing a single system that they already trust. This is orchestration without disruption and innovation without compromise. How QuantNet transforms the entire banking ecosystem. QuantNet creates an unprecedented programmable orchestration layer that connects tokenized money rails, tokenized asset platforms, and traditional systems through intelligent automation. Banks maintain complete control over their liquidity while gaining access to unified networks that were previously impossible. Tokenized money rail integrations seamlessly connected commercial bank money like Lloyd's GBP wallet, tokenized deposits including UK GBTD, and bank stablecoins such as JPM coin, with a single orchestration framework. Asset platform connectivity. Link private asset networks, HSBC Orion, trading venues, Euroclear, DFMI, and public DLTs like Ethereum while maintaining institutional grade security and compliance controls. Traditional system capability. Maintain full integration with legacy settlement workflows, including RTGS, CREST, and T2S, ensuring no disruptions to existing operations. So QuantNet is compliant by design. It is built from the ground up to meet ISO 222 standards with audit-assured compliance, regulatory reporting, and risk management controls embedded throughout the platform. QuantNet isn't theoretical infrastructure. It's the proven architecture. I repeat again, I like that right there. It is the proven architecture that underpins the GB Tokenized Deposit Financial Market Infrastructure Initiative, which we just read about. Major UK banks are already using the technology in live environments, validating its readiness for global adoption across diverse banking environments and regulatory jurisdictions. This real-world deployment proves that QuantNet delivers on its promises, enabling banks to participate in the digital asset economy while maintaining operational excellence and regulatory compliance. The transformation path is clear. Banks issue tokenized deposits through their existing infrastructure, maintaining complete control with their established operational frameworks. And QuantNet seamlessly orchestrates between wallets, asset platforms, and settlement systems, creating unified programmable value movement across previously isolated networks. Pilot environments instantly promote to production without costly rework, enabling efficient scaling of digital asset operations. Last but not least, it says QuantNet eliminates the fundamental constraints that have prevented banks from realizing the full potential of digital assets. That is a huge statement right there. The launch of QuantNet represents more than technological advancements. It's the moment banking infrastructure catches up with the digital economy. Think about that statement right there, considering that this was just announced today, September 29th, 2025. So, what does the landscape start to look like now moving forward that all of this is possible? Financial institutions worldwide can now participate in tokenized money and digital asset markets while preserving everything that makes them trusted, compliant, secure, and operationally excellent. Banks no longer need to choose between innovation and stability. QuantNet provides both, a production ready platform that connects the future of money and markets while working seamlessly with existing investments. So to wrap all of that up, again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and invest in quant said digital asset, albeit I do personally hold it in my portfolio. This is a major breakthrough. And again, a first of its kind solution that was just announced. So think about all this stuff moving forward, what the landscape looks like in the next consecutive couple of years. Now it's not the time to fade these types of announcements. You want to be participating in these types of webinars to learn more about these innovative solutions that are taking shape. So that way you are in the know of what's happening via the transformation of finance. As always, bringing you guys some of the realest research in the game. This was a quick video update on some ongoing fundamentals involving a quant network. It's been a while since we've covered this project, but they have been in the back end absolutely cooking and helping with the transformative wave of these new Web3 digital technologies integrating with traditional finance. With all of that in mind, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform, and I will see you guys in the next video breakdown.